Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of episode 10 of the Promised Neverland or Yakusoku no Neverland. And I just watched it, just came out. Damn, it was good. I barely have any notes because I was paying such hard attention to the episode. It was really, really, really good. I think, oh man, I say this all the time. I always struggle. Oh, is this the best episode? At least for the past few weeks, I've always been like, is this the best episode so far? This was really, really good though. I think I can solidly say this is the best episode so far until next week. The next two episodes I think are going to be insane. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited. I knew from the beginning, though, just knowing from reading the manga, I was like, the way this season's probably going to be paced, it's going to be pretty good, and then the last few episodes are going to be insane. So I was anticipating that, and I'm really, really, really excited. So let's start talking about this episode from the beginning with the few bullet points I have. So Norman draws a map of the place to show them how things work. They're surrounded by a cliff, it's hexagonal, there are five plants, and then the headquarters. And directly across from them is the headquarters, which must be where a bridge is to get over the kind of moat around them pretty much. I don't know if I can call it a moat or if moats have to have water. Chasm. The chasm surrounding them. That must be the place that has a bridge. If so, how else would people get to and from the place? So he brings up that that's probably the only way to get out of here. He brings up and talks with Ray and Emma about it, that he never really planned to run. This is his decision. This is the way he thinks he can keep everyone safe. Really, really feelsy. We have a cute flashback to him, and the one thing he takes with him is the cups and string. So, yeah, it was such a good flashback. The goodbye scene was so feelsy and so good, too, because I was really, really tense this whole episode. Like, oh my god, what are they doing now? What are they doing now? And that's a good thing that this show has been doing each week, is that it is very tense. The entire time I'm watching, I'm always really, really tense. And not many other shows do that with me, especially a show where I already kind of know what's coming, but I'm super tense the entire time. But I even started getting a little teary-eyed at his goodbyes and stuff. All of that was so good. And I like that it found that balance where it wasn't just super sad, depressing, where I'm just bawling or anything, but at the same time it definitely had that emotion there, and it was just keeping me hanging on the edge, you know. So I thought that was really, really good. I love this scene where they're walking to the place and he asks Isabella if she's happy, and she looks surprised before answering that she is. So I like that we're getting these little hints into Isabella's character. No full understanding of her, but we're getting these little hints at who she is. So I love that. And even the little hints we have, it's hard to really think them through when she's just got this facade up the whole time. I love it. She's a really, really good, I guess, antagonist. I would call her the antagonist of the series, or at least what's going on so far from what we've seen. There are people behind it all, but for the kids right now trying to escape, she's basically the main antagonist. So I find it very, very interesting and compelling the way she's been portrayed. Then Emma and Ray fall into despair. Ray gives his speech about giving up. Isabella goes to Emma, telling her that she needs to give up. And I love this is something throughout the series we've constantly, and especially recently the past two episodes, we've seen Isabella coming to Emma and telling her to just give up. Just give in. She could be a mom or a sister. Isabella would recommend her for that. All she has to do is give in, because fighting back is what causes all this pain and despair. If you want to escape, the way to escape it is to give in. And I love the way she gets more desperate in trying to convince her, it would seem, especially with this episode. So it almost seems, because we know how you get to be a mom or a sister, since we know that process kind of, seeing her and Krone, then it makes you think she's pretty much talking to herself, pretty much justifying, give in. It's what you gotta do to escape from the pain. I gave in, I escaped from it, I'm happy now. So I love that just from this little subtext we can kind of read into what she might be thinking herself. 2 months then pass to the day before Rei's birthday. And we have him humming the song, saying he's saying goodbye to the house on his last night. And then the reveal at the end where he's like, "You never gave up," and she makes this devious, evil face. I am so ready for Emma to be even more badass. I really, really love the character. I love that reveal. So good. So yeah, episode was absolutely incredible. It was tense. It was emotional. The development of the story has been so well done when it comes to all these characters. We have to say goodbye to Norman now, and yet Emma and Rei seem like they could get so much more developed through the despair they've gone through. And in addition to that, we learned so much more about Isabella just from the things she sang in the background. We learned so much about her this episode. So yeah, really, really, really great. And like I said, I think the last 2 episodes will probably be pretty insane, so I'm really, really hyped for them. I'd give this 10 Journeys Through Despair out of 10, just because it went from being really tense and emotional, telling a lot of good story. We got backstory, we got a lot of development in a lot of different ways, tons of different scenes going on. So yeah, a lot of content packed into an episode, and all the content was very, very good, all leading up to that reveal at the end. Emma, you haven't really given up, and she makes that devious face. So good. So perfect score, 10 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed the video. So like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more. The Promised Neverland, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel, or talk to you there. I also cover on the channel the manga for The Promised Neverland. I read 4 chapters every other week, trying to catch up to it. So if you're interested in that, if you're a manga reader, then stick around for that. But in addition to that, I try to keep the spoilers, I try to keep the titles and the thumbnails spoiler free as best as possible. I typically don't involve anything that I think will be a spoiler in any sort of way. So yeah, I really enjoyed it and hope you did too. I said like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel, or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us there about this series or anything else, then just ask and I can give you a link. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.